Hansen at the Boulevard Theatre. We have got some of the cast and the crew that are bringing this tale to life in front of our very eyes. We have got Drew, Kelly, and Reese on the Breakfast Show. Morning.
Good morning.
How are you feeling the day before?
Good. Good.
Good.
Now, ready.
Kelly, I'm going to come to you very shortly because you've been on a mission this week finding stories. I want to know how that went and what you've learnt about it. But Drew, I'm going to come to you, director of this one.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we jumped on this the moment it got released, and actually, I think, as you all know, Tom, in Theatreland, this got released very, very early in its life. In fact, it's 10 years this year since it opened on Broadway. So actually that's very early on for a show of this caliber to be released into the masses, if you like, to do as a show. So we jumped on it very, very quickly. As soon as it came out, it was a show that I knew we had to do and we had to sort of look at. Such a beautiful show.
It's definitely a show that caught the attention of a whole generation when it came out, led by Ben Platt, who is just phenomenal in the voice of all of the angels and all of the sky. It really has struck a chord with lots of people about how good the music is, but also the subject matter, Drew. If you want to touch on that very briefly.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, on the music, I mean, you're looking at Pasek and Paul here, who are a pair of phenomenal writers. I mean, otherwise known for writing The Greatest Showman, as well as La La Land and Dear Evan Hansen. These are sort of accomplished. And Reese pointed this out to me the other day. Reese was watching an interview with them and hadn't realised how young they are. They're both very young writers. And it is a very it's a very poignant story about an anxious teenager who basically tells a lie, and he tells a lie that escalates and becomes bigger, but actually ends up finding his place in society and his place and being able to communicate with people, something that he couldn't do before. So there is I mean, the overriding message in this show is you will be found. And I think this show also has a big place for, as you mentioned, kickstarting that conversation, about talk to people. And there's you will always be found. There is somebody out there who will find you. If you're struggling, if you're in a bad place, if you need help, there is always someone out there who will find you.
Yeah. I joined a choir in Cardiff, and one of the first songs we learned was a big old medley of You Will Be Found, and it became the anthem for that choir. The proper Glee Club stuff, a bunch of misfits coming together and singing a beautiful 8-part harmony with Patrick Steed, and it was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And Reese, young composers following a story of a young man, and you are playing that pivotal character in this production. How's that been, carrying that on your shoulders?
I mean, it's been absolutely huge, different to anything I've ever done before. But I think the main difference is that, like, I've never done before, is playing a real person. Because obviously, like, before I've always played like a character or whatever, but this time I'm actually playing a human, someone who's actually real and who's actually got real life. I don't even want to say issues, but real life things to overcome throughout the story. So it's been huge, and it's been a really wonderful rehearsal process, and going into this week is massive. But yeah, it has been really wonderful and such a privilege to play.
Yeah, we mentioned the music sung by the man with the voices of all the angels in the sky. What's it been like bringing your take on this wonderful music?
Well, I'm definitely no Ben Platt.
He's wonderful, Tom. Don't listen to him.
Thank you, Kelly.
He's wonderful.
But I have put my own spin on some of the numbers. So yeah, it is a little bit different to you may hear on the cast recording, but still okay, I think.
It's different in a good way. He brings the grit.
I'm
crying.
And Kelly, this is a perfect time to bring you in because we were just talking off air about the cast that's assembled. Ruby's watching us currently on Instagram.
Heroes
in there. The cast that's been assembled for this, Kelly, it's a powerhouse in vocal performance in Pembrokeshire.
Oh my God, holy moly. I think when we all sing together and the harmonies are harmoning.
I'll take it.
Take it. Harmoning. No, when it's like really, really on point. I think the first time that we all clicked together and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, this sounds good. We just got to make sure we do that now every time. But we will.
Every single time from tomorrow. I know you will. That cast is phenomenal. And you've been out on a mission. Drew, you had this idea of making your socials blue this week. And Kelly, you were a pivotal part of that. What were you getting up to on the streets of Haverfordwest?
So, Jack and I we went around Haverfordwest, just speaking to people, speaking to the general public. We popped into a couple of local shops as well, just with the question, if somebody was having a really hard time today, what would you say to them? Like, someone might need to hear this today. What would you tell them? And you know what? We had some really beautiful responses, and it started a couple of conversations as well, which I won't go into now, but it was lovely. And it can be really hard to connect with people and engage with people. But once you do overcome that, I found myself personally, after speaking to a couple of people, I thought, oh, this is okay. This is easy. And even if people didn't want to speak, that was okay too. And it was really lovely. And I think it couldn't have come at a more like a pivotal time, really. And it did make me appreciate that, gosh, some people do find it really difficult to speak. Some people might find it difficult to share a problem as well. But as long as there's someone there to listen, it is going to be okay. And it was really lovely.
Yeah,
and terrifying at the same time.
That's a point I want to make, is that some things are really scary, but once you take that first step into doing it, you learn so much about yourself, you learn so much more about your friends and neighbors, and that's kind of what this show is about. Find that community that Drew mentioned there. You will be found, and you don't even need to look that hard for it. You just need to take that first step towards it. Drew, if we want to take a step towards this show at the Boulevard Theatre this week, what direction do we need to go in to get these tickets? I imagine there's not many left, if any.
No, head over to the website, boulevard-theatre.com, and grab your tickets. We're on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. And Tom, as you said, we're in for a treat. I mean, this cast, they've worked so hard, and they've been put through their paces. I mean, we had one of our first rehearsals was a workshop from the lovely Jo Kirkland, who played Heidi and Cynthia in the West End in the show, and she really came down and put the cast through their paces and really sort of began that connection. I remember actually Kelly and Reese just loved that workshop.
We did.
They
love it.
Just thrived in that moment. And we actually did nearly 3 weeks of just workshopping without even really picking up the script before we really sort of just went, okay, now we know who we are, let's just roll. And it really has been a beautiful process, and people are in for a treat. Bring your tissues. It's not an easy ride, but it's a beautiful one.
There you go. Get your tickets right now. And Reese, back to you very quickly. The show poster's got a cast on the arm. Are you casted up? Are you ready to go?
I am casted up. Kelly broke my arm the other day for me.
He deserved it.
I'm joking. No, she didn't. She would never do that. But yes, I have got a cast on.
Excellent. Have the best run. It's going to be real connection for anyone that goes there. It sounds like as a cast you've bonded. It needs that for this type of show where you're hitting on these themes of everyday life, where things can get out of control and what you do about it. Thank you so much for joining us. Dear Evan Hansen, Ben Platt waving through a window I've got lined up for us in a couple of moments' time. Is that a good one to give people an idea as to what they're getting their hands in for?
Absolutely.
Kelly, Reese, Andrew, thank you so much for your time here this morning.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Tom.
much.
Thank you.
Get your annual pass today.